Sharpologist.com.
Hi, Mantic59 here, and Tiffany, the Razor Queen, recently issued a challenge.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Razor Queen, Tiffany Cosma. The question that I have for everyone today is, you're going on vacation and suitcase is totally packed. You can only bring one razor, one brush, one cream, one aftershave, maybe a pre-shave. What do you bring?
I've done a fair amount of traveling in my time, and I've come to the realization that when I travel, I don't go for that glass smooth, baby's butt smooth type of shave. It's just not realistic. There are too many variables involved, and odds are I'm going to be a little dehydrated anyway, so it's best just to go for a good shave, a presentable shave, and don't try for anything more than that. Now, Tiffany's challenge didn't specify what kind of trip I'm going on, so I'm going to fudge a little bit, but let me say just generally, the articles I take on a trip for shaving come under two criteria. They're light and they're cheap. So the first thing I'm thinking of is if you're taking an aircraft flight, an airline flight, which means you're going to have to go through security, which means if you're just carrying on luggage, you're going to be stuck with a cartridge razor. If the trip is only for a couple of days and I'm only taking carry-on luggage and space is at a real premium, I take this King of Shaves Hyperglide razor. Unlike other cartridge razors with a small lube strip, the entire Hyperglide cartridge face is covered with a water-activated lubricant. As long as I use a lot of water and my stubble isn't more than a day or so old, shaving with this razor works just fine. There's no pleasure in it though. If it's a longer trip, I'll go ahead and take a brush and cream, but for the razor I'll use a Gillette Guard. The Guard is a single blade razor with a pivot. They're made for the Indian market, but some enterprising wet shaving vendors have imported them. West Coast Shaving has them in the US. I'll put a link in the video description. By the way, if I was traveling all the time, and if my luggage was very limited, like an airline flight attendant, I'd think about getting a Cormia razor. It's incredibly small and takes commonly available Track 2 blades. I'll put a link in the comments. The only problem is you kind of have to relearn how to shave with it, using a pushing action instead of the more common handle pulling action. I found it hard to switch between the two, so I just settled on the Gillette Guard. For a brush, I use this Omega Syntex. This shaving brush uses inexpensive synthetic fibers. It doesn't perform particularly well, but it's light, cheap, dries quickly, and it gets the job done. When I pack it, I store it in a prescription pill bottle that has a couple holes drilled in it for air circulation. Now I'm finally at the good part, the shaving cream. And here's where I deviate from my idea of going cheap, at least partly. I like to take some of my favorite, best performing shaving cream, which in my case is William Newman's old-fashioned soda shop cream. I love everything about this stuff. It smells great, it feels great, and it works great, even when used brushless. Unfortunately, it comes in a big honkin' pump bottle. So I put some in a little craft paint container. The Newman's cream is so concentrated that I can put about a week's worth of shaves into the little paint cup. When I want to use it, I scoop some out onto the brush with a little craft stick, or in a pinch, even the little coffee stir stick you often find in hotel rooms. Finally, for an aftershave, I use Trumper's Skin Food. Skin Food isn't particularly cheap either, but it can do double duty as both a pre-shave and an aftershave. I put a little in another sample bottle to take with me. So when it comes to travel shaving, that's how I roll. Anyway, let me know what you think about my gear, and be sure to subscribe if you already haven't. Check out Sharpologist.com, check out Tiffany's channel, and share this video around.